people find hyenas ugly animals, right? I mean, after a couple of years, I started looking different also at these animals. But where does that come from? Your love for animals and for hyenas specifically?
Well, it's everything, hey. So I've been filming for 28 years now.
Oh, really?
And actually, the very first film I did was hyenas.
Oh, yeah?
And then I did another film probably 10 years after that. I did one with Mala Mala. And now I'm doing my third one.
Yeah.
But this one is just so much more intimate, and it's my relationship with the hyenas. You know, you cannot, as you say, people think hyenas are, I've got this whole thing, dirty, smelly, ugly, stupid, cowardly scavengers. And none of that stuff's true. I mean, when you really get into it, they're highly intelligent animals, extremely good hunters, and fantastic mothers, and all of that stuff. But it's just been time. I mean, so I did that first film on hyenas, and hyenas have always sort of been there. Every project I've worked on basically had hyenas in it, just because. But now it's got to the stage where I'm on a serious drive to try and change this whole hyena thing, because it is so negative. And you know, people surfing channels and they see hyenas, they just keep going. But people surfing channel and they see me sitting there with a hyena, holy shit, what's going on? And then they sit and they listen. And that's what it's going to be. So the film has to have me in it, to help dispel that myth, and for people to see that I'm playing with them like a dog, and I do. I play with these hyenas like you play with your dog, and they come running up to me to play with me, and you sort of think, but how can that be? You know, from everything that people say, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And yet it's there. It's real.
Okay.
And how can that be?
Well, it just, you know, especially now that this one hyena called Bounce, he's just amazing, and he comes and plays, and so Bounce was cool, and then when I would go to the den and there would be an adult there that didn't know me, and I'd get out, it would run away. But if Bounce was there, the adult would stop 50 meters away and watch and see me playing with Bounce. 10 minutes later, it would come back and it's lying 10 meters away suckling its cub, because they're so clever.
Okay.
They understand. If it's okay for him, it must be okay for me.
Okay. But how was that the first time? There must be a first time. I mean, we were in Manapools last year. So the first time I lied down in a pack of wild dogs, because the guy said, "No, Peter, lie down," and I thought, like, "Are you crazy, man?"
No, the dogs you can do that. Yeah.
Right.
But dogs are not aggressive. They've never harmed a human being. There's never been a single case of a wild dog killing anybody, except there was that incident in the zoo recently. But even that was ridiculous. Yeah. But they don't. The wild dogs don't do it, and cheetah don't do it. Hyenas are a different thing. Hyenas kill a lot of people. Yeah. But my thing is they don't go out there in a malicious way to kill somebody. Everybody that I know that's been bitten or whatever by hyena, they've been sleeping. And that's it. So the guy leaves his tent flap open, the hyena comes in and grabs what's there. And that's the difference. They're not out there they don't actually attack people as such, if you know what there's a slight thingy on what I'm saying. Yeah. And that's the thing with them. And they just not, I mean, these hyenas, sometimes you can have the whole pack feeding on a giraffe carcass, and I'm right in there with amongst them. And there have been scientists that have saw my second one film I did at Mala Mala, and there I interacted a bit with the hyenas, and they said, if he's got a scratch on him, the hyenas will eat him alive. These hyenas play with me, bite my arm just gently, and it bleeds, and they come and lick it. So that's nonsense. You know,
that's challenging though, because somebody told me once that if the hyena wouldn't have that slanting back, they would be the king of the jungle instead of the lion, because of their force of the mouth and the intelligence.
And the problem that they have is not so much, the back legs, they live with that, and it doesn't worry them.
I know.
I don't believe that's not at all. If hyenas had claws, like a cat, then you change the whole dynamic.
They're dog-like.
They're dog-like claws. Yeah. They've got a tongue like a cat, rough tongue like a cat.
Yeah.
I know, because
you know the shape actually. They take it right off. Yeah.
So, I often think, imagine if a hyena had claws. My word. changes everything. That gives you, it's a lot of extra
I never thought about
weaponry that.
Yeah, sure.
You know, it's in the floor. Yeah.
Okay. And that passion of filmmaking is just because you want to communicate that to people.
Well, the filmmaking, you know, I'm a bush guy.
You're South African? You grew up there?
I grew up in the Kruger Park. My grandfather was the first game ranger in the Kruger Park. My father was a ranger in the Kruger Park. I grew up there. And then, I was involved in management. My first job actually was here, right on the east with the border with Zimbabwe.
Okay.
I worked here for 3 years managing that area. And then I was warden of a reserve in Swaziland for 2 years. And then I got this phone call. Kim, do you want to go filmmaking? Why? Never thought of it as a career or anything. Why would I want to do that?
But at that time you were already taking pictures and stuff like
Not,
that?
no,
Not really?
No, I wasn't into it at all.
Okay, alright.
And the main reason why the guy wanted me is to do this hyena film in Okavanga. And because I'd worked in third world countries and he knew how I was pretty self-sufficient in the bush. So I could set up a camp there with nothing.
Okay.
And I think that was the main reason that he... And then, you see, in those days we filmed with 2 vehicles, one with the lights, one with the camera. So I just was shining lights for that whole project. I wasn't shooting at all.
Okay.
And then I left him, actually. The Department of Foreign Affairs South Africa sent me to a country called Togo in West Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
They wanted me to go and advise them on their national parks. How do you turn that down at the age of... What's that? 28, 29. I'm not going to turn that down. But then there was civil strife there, and so I came back, and I was actually going to go game farming and stuff. And then I saw Richard Goss, who was the guy I've been filming with.
Yeah.
I just went to visit him, and he said, "Oh, do you want to come filming again?" I said, "No, I'm going game farming." He said, "Well, I'm leaving on Tuesday if you can." I said, "No." And for some reason, Tuesday morning I was there. He flew to Namibia, he dropped me off, he said, "There's 10 rolls of film, go for it." Been shooting since.
So what happened during that night, before Tuesday came?
I don't know why I decided...
It gave in.
Just something... Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Because you can have a plan in your mind, like the game farming thing.
I mean, the game farming thing was... I was going to be doing research, which is great. I was going to be involved in anti-poaching. I was going to get my helicopter license to do all of that. That's quite a dream job for a guy with the age of 30.
Sure.
And I turned it down. I don't know why. I don't know why I changed my mind and why I was there.
I like that mysterious part of life, though. Right?
Yeah. So I just went, and
here you are. Yeah.
And I've been doing it now for 28 years.
Yeah.
No.
28 years, huh?
Been filming since 1988. Yeah.
Okay. So how old are you now?
28.
Yeah, no,
of course.
Another 30, right, girls?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I will be 58 next month.
Yeah, but it's good. That's live in the bush, eh? I'm 63. I thought
they
always give me a compliment, but now I'm looking at you. Jesus, man, you got hair, but look at me.
You shouldn't have done that. You just know. The image is gone.
I want to be, I want to be honest, man.
Oh, you just ruined it. You ruined my day, man. Oh, shit.